Greetings all and welcome back to Riders of Icarus. I hope you've got your taming shoes on because, or I should say grinding shoes on, because we are going to do a little bit of grinding for a tame. I want to tame up Tasalan. I want to kind of knock out some of the old world stuff. So he is the last tame that we need for Brakar Forest. There's actually a couple of ways you can go about doing this. You can hop over to Brakar Forest right up here in the Bragan War Camp. There's some Bragan Shaman. If you're a low level, you can go in there and knock those guys out if you like one and two shotting things. Or if you're a higher level, I think the drop rate will be increased. And even if it's not increased, we still have a chance to get a different mark for the Windrunner, which is the last mount that we need for Icarus Crossing. So we should be able to get both of these marks off of the elite Kabimist here. Just need to find a couple of them real quick. Let me actually move to the east, I believe. Yeah, we last logged out in the Cloying Waste, and I went ahead and made my way over here because I realized that this is going to be a long video no matter what I do, so I at least wanted to get all that out of the way so I'd have a little less editing to do. Still not seeing them yet. I know there's some around here somewhere. So we came over here once already for the Windrunner. Or we attempted to. Oh, there we go. There's some Kabimist priests. So we'll go ahead and work on these guys a bit. Hopefully they die a lot easier than... Yeah, they're going to go down a lot easier than what they were when we were... I think we're about 25 or 30 somewhere in there we attempted it. And it was just going to take me way too long. Of course, I was also trying to melee these guys. Yeah, this is going to be a long video for sure. Let me double check one thing on the Windrunner just to make sure that his does spawn here, right? Yeah, it says the Kabimist of the cemetery no more. So let's actually try to find a little bit of a better spot. Yeah, there's actually quite a few right here. So yeah, I just kind of grabbed a cup of coffee and I was like, you know what? I want to sit back and relax for a little while. Just kind of hang out in one area. Coffee is my morning and bedtime drink. For some reason, it wakes me up in the morning, but it also helps me relax at night. And I figured I could just we'll sit here and grind for it, and if it starts to get into the 2 or 3 or 4 hour mark, then I will do a little bit of video editing. But I don't think so. I think we'll at least get one mark within an hour, I hope. Since these guys really aren't doing a whole lot of damage, so I don't think I really need to run around a whole lot. I could go ahead and use some buff food though, get our damage up there a little bit more. As anything is better than nothing. And we need to get that stuff out of our inventory anyway. So we've got one more roast. Did we get our buff yet? Not yet. Alright, come on. There we go. We'll move around and stuff eventually. Just not right now. Kind of relax for a little bit. Yeah, I don't want the gargoyle though. Oh. Okay, we'll take on the gargoyle. At least he's gonna die fairly quick. If my abilities will get off cooldown. So what is this buff they have? I've seen that on a couple of the NPCs we've been fighting. Oh, resistance to stun. Those guys dropped a strong spirit remnant. I thought that was a level 40 item. Well, there you go. I guess we can get strong remnants that way. I was planning on getting them from the rift when that time came. What are we getting for drops from these guys? We're getting cloth. Well, that should sell for a pretty penny. And I'm sure we'll probably have a couple of 100 pieces of it by the time we get done here. I wouldn't mind a little bit more damage on these guys though. I really wish I was a DPS class a lot of times. But even if I was a DPS class, I think eventually I would be on the mount doing the exact same thing I'm doing now. I don't think there would be a difference. I don't know. Maybe there would be. But I noticed that when I was playing my mage as well as the how was the other melee character? Not the rogue. He wears the two-handed swords. Kind of like a barbarian. I noticed that once I started getting into the mounts, I went straight to the mounted combat. Elite Steward. Yeah. We'll leave them alone. I want the priests. They haven't spawned yet. I didn't think we were killing that fast. Yeah, we got some more in here. Yeah, I went straight to the mounted combat, and once it got to that point, I was like, you know what? I'll just play the Guardian. I don't need all those other classes. Oh, come on, I forgot about the AoE. A little too close to the gargoyle. That was weird. My ability acted like it was going to shoot, but it never went on cooldown. I've had that happen once before. I wonder if the necromancers count. They are Cabimas. Well, we got something. Go ahead and get that loot. Kabim's Shadow. Guess I might start dodging some of these attacks. Well, I got 80 some odd potions. And another 60 or 80 some odd bandages. Okay, so let's get over here and see what we actually picked up. I wanted a place to kind of... There we go. This is a shard of the demon god Kabim used to craft Davine's perfume which can help tame Garm. Do we have anything in barter crafting that I don't think we do? Well, I don't see anything that says Garm on it. Well, I guess that's another thing we're going to be out here farming, huh? I'm not even sure which area Garm is from. We know he's not from the first two, so maybe he's from Icarus Islands? I'm not seeing anything for Garm in here. Surely it wouldn't be Sea of Icarus. Why would they send us back? Ah, there he is. Ooh, he's heroic. Okay. Well, that won't be this episode for sure. But we can still farm this stuff. I don't understand why we're having to farm these guys to get something that is from the next area. Oh no, that is Icarus Islands. That's where we're at now. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking Sea of Icarus. Too many Icaruses. And you also got Icarus Crossing? What about the Elite Garden Spirit? Is he considered a Kabimist? Oh, we got something else. Okay, we got another shadow. No, he's just considered Old Kingdom. I wonder if it's possible they could have also changed drop rates on me. We are getting a lot of the shadows, aren't we? You know what, I just realized we're supposed to be farming for Tasalan, and I do believe it said mage. Not that it matters, because we're going to have to do a whole lot of farming either way. What we could do is kill off these guys and head back over to the mages, kind of bounce back and forth, because those mages, there was only about 4 or 5 there, and they're non-elite. So I'm going to end up killing the spawn on those. I don't want that guy. I'm not going to waste my time on that guy. So I wonder how many you need for Garn. That's so nice to do a health pot and actually see your health go up. Alright, where were those mages at? There we go. These guys actually aren't dropping a single thing, are they? Yeah, they're not dropping anything. I wonder if it's possible they changed the loot tables. You know, either way, we'll at least get something. If it doesn't end up being Tasalan, it will be the Windrunner, and we can go farm the shamans for the Tasalan. I don't want that guy. I'm curious about the elite stewards as well. There's really only one way to find out. Kill 1,000 of them and eventually you're going to get something that will tell you yes or no. Wasn't paying attention to what level the guys upstairs were either, and they're the ones that dropped what we've got so far. Oh, got another one. Kind of surprised that those are dropping that easily. Especially knowing the guy's heroic. Also wonder how many of them we need. We'll take a look at her here in a minute. Get one more drop. I'm still kind of working on my coffee here a bit, and then we'll pull up to bestiary. Take a look and see what we need in order to get that heroic mount. You know, I didn't want that guy. He's got a couple of special buffs up there as well. And he heals not very well, not as well as I do. So what do you drop, sir? Nothing probably. Just a bunch of coin. He was trying to sneak up on me. I think we'll switch over to our dog, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and use a buff as well. Yeah, here goes another one. So the guy's going to be heroic, and we've seen some pretty bad drop rates. Was it going to take like 100 of those things in order to be able to tame him? Oh, look at that. Windrunner's mark. Ah, if I can only get Tasalan. Okay, so for Windrunner, what do we need? We need Albino Ashtail times 5. Blue Flame Phoenix times 5. Familiar Orbs times 30. Do we have? We do. And Elite Taming Potions times 2. That's actually going to be an expensive mark to get. Or I should say a time-consuming one. Let's look at the Heroic on Garn. I'm not quite ready for him. I just don't know, and I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm curious as to see what all we need. If we could take the fragrance from Devine and use it on a weakened Garn, might be able to charm the monster into joining us. That actually doesn't make sense at all. No, that'll have to be for another episode. Alright, yeah, I kinda need to keep on grinding these to get Tasalan. I am a bit worried though, since it did say mages. on the website, or not the website, on the bestiary. Let me actually get up in the air. We'll read that one more time. I do believe it said mages. The spiders are enormous, dangerous beasts, avoided entirely. The most dangerous. Some travelers are reported seeing figures in black interacting with her. Vile cabemus, most likely. The cabemus' ability to walk among Tasalan and her brood. Is speculated that her magic contained these savage beasts. An adventurer who obtained one of their shadowbind tombs might even make her familiar. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't say mages. It just says cabemus. What I am going to do is go ahead and look up information on... No, I'm not. We're just going to sit here and kill these guys for a while. Tasalan is what I came here to do. I can't believe how quick that recipe dropped. I was really expected that to be every bit of an hour, and I think it's been only 30 minutes or so. I'm pretty sure we're going to need the other drops that we've been getting for the heroic. I'm sure we're going to need probably about 10 or so of those. It just seems like everything is in the high numbers. It's usually not 2 or 3. I didn't want that guy. I'm actually going to run from him after I down this other guy. Well, might as well kill him. Who knows what he drops, right? I really wish the game had a, what was it called? Kind of like an in-game wiki. It told you the drop rates on all the NPCs, but then again, there's a lot of games that don't want you to know the drop rates. Because then you start breaking out the calculator and going, you know what, that's actually really not worth it. I've gotten after some pretty awful drop rates in my life. What I may also end up doing is dividing the video up and calling this like the grind 4, and then doing another video where we actually do the fun stuff, which would be the taming. That wouldn't actually be too bad of an idea. Yeah, we kind of cleared that area out. I did want to see the level on those guys, though. If I don't forget one thing, it's a dozen others, right? So these guys are level 29s. I think these over here were 28s. Yeah, they are. Wonder if that makes a difference as far as drop rates go. Usually it does. But they carry the same name, so I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want you. Actually gonna make my way back and kill those 4 or 5 death mages again. See if they drop anything this time. Because we did kill quite a few fairies and a couple of other NPCs here in the last couple of videos that did not drop a single thing. I killed about 5 or 6 of them in a row. Yeah, they didn't drop any coin or nothing. So it could have been just bad luck that they didn't drop anything. Nope, doesn't look like you're gonna drop anything this time either. These guys have been so easy to farm. Just I would have had to wait on a spawn, which I'm okay with in this game. Usually, the spawns actually don't take that long. Oh, they do drop stuff. I don't really want to sit here and wait on them to spawn though. We'll just kind of fly back and forth, kill them every once in a while. Killing those guys is faster than killing the occultists, but at the same time I don't want to sit there and wait on a spawn. Kind of wish they had some elite occultists right there in that area. Make going back and forth a little easier. Now it might be that these particular ones right around this jar don't spawn anything. Or don't drop anything. The one that I killed that did drop stuff was over there walking around. Oh, never mind. They do drop. Okay. There goes that idea. There's just not enough of them to justify doing that though. And I think we're gonna go probably end up going back and just farming the occultists. Maybe, possibly, maybe not. I'm all about the drop rate. If it's gonna take me 30-45 seconds to kill an occultist, and it only takes 2 or 3 seconds to kill these guys, choices. They definitely have a garbage drop though. Yeah, I think I'm going back to the occultist. Normally I'm not this bad. It's just I not having information in front of me that tells me, yes, these guys drop a 5% drop rate and these guys drop a 30% drop rate, or vice versa. Not having that information in front of me is making me go back and forth. Oh, I need to change mounts. But I'm perfectly happy either way. I can always look it up later on. I've got part of what I want already. I've got a mark for the Windrunner. And who knows, I might get another mark. Another recipe for the Windrunner. And that wouldn't be a bad thing, you know. I could always sell that, make a little bit of money. And buy something else. I still can't believe these gargoyles drop strong spirit remnants. That's hilarious. And I was sitting there thinking about farming that for Partycraft. I might just farm that here anyway. It would take me about the same amount of time killing those guys as it does the gargoyles in the rift. I would even say that these guys are easier. Because in the rift I actually have to fly up and down because that stun makes them drop. I wonder how many taming points the elites cost, or the heroics. See, the elites are 15. Probably 25. You know it's gotta stink when you fail that too, having to grind all this stuff out. It's bad enough for the elites. I could only imagine their heroics. Looks like our food buff wore off. Claws of death. So I guess these guys actually have a 100% chance to drop the strong spirits. Nope, maybe not. I had to open my mouth. I just noticed that one in the back corner is actually called an obsidian gargoyle. Wonder what the difference is. Go ahead and get our food buff up. Where'd it go? There. Last one of those. Of course we do have those. And I think those are... I don't think they're as good as the ones I just took. but they're good enough. I think the ones I've been eating so far were 90 strength. But since we didn't have very many of them, I figured, well, get that out of our inventory. And just a couple more seconds here. Trying to get some things rearranged. Alrighty. I still haven't gone through and decided which pets we're going to get rid of, because we're going to have to eventually anyways. I'm really considering getting rid of the pet that we have of this guy, not the mount, just the pet. I really don't need two, and I don't think it was that hard, considering I did get two of them anyways. There goes another Windrunner. Ideally, what I should be doing is getting some of the common tames done in Glowing Waste, figuring out which one would be better for our gear and be leveling them up while we're doing this. That would have been ideal, but don't always do things the ideal way. Really throwing me off, because I almost positive the first time I read that Tasalan thing, I thought somewhere in there it said Kabima's priest or mage. I remember seeing the mage outside of Tasalan. It was bugged in the ground. Yeah, we cleared that area out. So we ended up with 2 Windrunner marks and only 4 that could beam shadows. So these actually seem like they drop a little too often. Well, never mind, that is heroic. I guess another reason to go back and farm the death mages, the ones that are non-elite, is it's a good idea anytime you're fighting for a drop rate to move around a little bit. I also get kind of bored standing in one spot too long. Head off and check on our death mages. Might as well scope out the area real quick as well. See if there are any other death mages. I don't think so, but we will see. Looks like the only ones are right over here. There was one that was padding around in this area right here somewhere. There he is. Come on, target. Yeah, totally missed. Alright, manual target. I would have to say though, out of all the games I played, I think this is probably one of the ones that really does need a in-game, not really a wiki. It's got the bestiary, and I think that still needs a little bit of improvement, but yeah, something that gives you those drop rates on stuff. I'm trying to think of a game that does that off the top of my head. I know there is one. I just can't think of it. I do remember the ability to be able to do that inside the game, and I was just like, oh, that is so awesome. I wish every game had that. hardly a cultist here. Is somebody else farming? Is there actually somebody else in the area? Is there another channel? No, we still only have one channel. Where did everything go? I'm curious now. I want to know if there's somebody else here. I don't care if there is or not. It's just nice seeing other players. I don't see anybody, but there's not as many cultists here. That is odd. Yeah, there's usually 4 right around that guy. Now, if I was playing on like a PvP game right now, I'd be like, okay, I know there's somebody around here, a rogue or something, you know, in stealth. Yeah, and that guy just spawned, so there's got to be somebody else here somewhere. I wonder if somebody just came in, farmed the Windrunner recipe real quick and left, or they realized that it's a longer drop than what they need, or maybe there was a quest to come in here and kill a guy or two and they just did it and left. No idea. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to use potions. Mounts don't have all the energy yet. Alright, let's get back to the Pegasus. This guy makes a little too much noise for me. We'll give this another, we'll wait till the food buff wears off and then we'll go ahead and end the video. And if I still don't have it, we might just go ahead and work on the Windrunner, and I will look up online to see where everybody else is getting their drops. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a bad drop rate off. It just says Kabimus. I would have thought we would have had Tasalan before we got 2 of the Windrunner marks, though. Well, that's not even a mark, it's just a recipe, right? Curious as to why we're not getting any more of the ones for heroic, though. RNG's RNG, I guess. I sure hope I don't have to find a dozen of those for the heroic one. I think I know what it probably was. If it wasn't somebody that came here for questing reasons, they probably realized that somebody else was here farming. They might have left. I've done that myself. If I got to an area and I saw somebody else farming, I usually leave, depending on how many NPCs there are. It's bad enough fighting for a drop rate. I'm not one for fighting for kills as well. me your spirit shard. Or not. Yeah, it's a whole lot more relaxing than sitting there running around. I do enjoy questing though. And we will get back to that here soon. It's kind of funny. There for a while I was like, man, is this game ever going to end? And you know, now we've only got what level are we? 45, 44? Yeah, 11 more levels and we're done with it. And I got thinking, I was like, you know what, I really not ready to quite be done with the game. It's got its issues, but still not quite ready for it to be done. Curious what all these old kingdoms have drop wise. The zombies there. The zombies aren't the only ones that say old kingdom though. I think that boss there at the end, right in the middle. Right up. Now, you can't see my cursor. The spirit ghost, I can't remember even what his name was. We'll get back up there eventually. Another minute. Yeah, I remember coming back up here, meleeing these guys. That just was not going to happen. Glad we're doing it now, though. Kind of curious what the level 55 content's going to be like. I did thumb through some of the bestiaries. I didn't read any of it, but I did look at it, and I was kind of amazed how many heroics there are for that area. There's not a lot of mounts, and most of them are elite / heroic. When we first got here, drop rates were awesome, and now it's not looking so hot. That guy, Guardian Spirit. Well, since we seem to be killing out the spawn, we might as well kill that guy as well. See if he drops anything. I highly doubt it. Although he should. What I wish they would do is, say you're supposed to be getting Tasalan, the mark for Tasalan. I feel like the NPCs around him should be the ones that are dropping it right in that area. Don't have it anywhere else. Alright, come on, fire. And Tasalan is one of those issues. Because technically the way, and we've talked about before, the way you're supposed to get the mark is from the NPCs that are in the area technically. But the only problem is you can only do it one time in story mode and then all the NPCs are gone. I feel like that's something that they need to change. Maybe even make all the marks. We need to heal up a bit. Throw all the marks and the recipes inside the dungeons. Let's go ahead and use one more bandage. Need another second here anyways. It sounds like we got an airplane going over. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I did notice on one of my videos an airplane went over and it actually did, the microphone actually did pick it up. And I did not get that edited out, but it wasn't that loud. I was able to talk over it. That one, I may actually cut that part of that out. You know, there's part of the reason we're taking so much damage. Let's get that buff back up there. I think I switched mounts earlier and forgot to put it back on. Of course, technically I should be avoiding it, but I'm relaxing. The way I feel right now, this would be one of the times where I normally would play a clicking game, or probably a simulator using my little Xbox controller. Oh, fail. There we go. It's nice seeing all those crits. Of course, I'm sure my damage is garbage. We haven't gotten a good chest in quite a while. Matter of fact, it looks like our food buff's going to wear off here in about, can't really see it, but I think 5 or 6 minutes. We must have gotten extremely lucky on the first few drops. And in a way, I'm kind of glad we got that lucky, because if I would have been fighting these guys for half an hour without a single drop, I probably would have said, okay, it's time to cut the video and I need to look this information up. Okay, hey, there goes another drop. Not what we're after, though. We're starting to take that damage now, fighting two of these guys at the same time. I think the bats are doing more than the mages are, though. Not that I intended to switch targets, it just kind of did. Even though we've got it set locked on. Pretty sure. We'll check that as we're bandaging up. What was that under? Ah, I interrupted my bandage. Settings, game, and... yeah, action lock on. Go figure. Get another bandage roll in here. I think we'll go check on those death mages, make one more pass through here, and we'll call her a video. Don't really want to mess with those occultists down there with all those other elites. Did I go the wrong way? Yeah, I went too far. There it is. No, I don't want the jar. No drops. Oh wow, fast spawn. What happened there? Can imagine being the right level, killing those guys, and then having 2 or 3 more spawn right on top of you. Of course, they're non-elites. Now, if that happened with an elite, that'd be messy. Ooh, looks like we need an energy potion. See if we can get this guy down first. This doesn't like me to take energy potions while I'm in combat. I've noticed that anytime I'm out of combat, I don't have that issue. That guy spawned incredibly quick. Wish he would spawn that quick when I want him to. Yep, can't fire. I guess maybe my mount was turned around. Oh, it shouldn't make much of a difference. Not in this type of game. Wow. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of resist and dodge, consider that we've got a few levels on him. I wonder what his buffs say. Yeah, we know about that one. I'm curious about this one right here. Bound by death. Bound in death, made by mistaken life. Okay. Yep, get another drop. Yeah, I want to make sure to pick that up. Ah, that's not what I want though. I'm sure eventually it's going to be what I want, just not right now. So what did we actually end up with? 2 Windrunner marks, 6 of the ones for the heroics. Only 9, well actually 10 pieces of cloth. Not very much for our farming efforts, I will say that. I feel like these guys should drop more trash. That's one thing this game doesn't really have much of, and that's trash drops. Which, in a way, I'm fine with, except in this game, I would consider trash drops would be gear that you could use to improve your gear, and maybe that's the reason why there's not a lot of it. In most games, though, I get highly annoyed at trash drops, gray items that you can't use whatsoever. Just there to take up inventory space, basically. And normally, when it comes to that and I'm doing this type of stuff, running around grinding stuff, I ended up just deleting it. So I'm not a person that actually cares for money unless I actually have a goal for it. you're like saving up money to buy a mount, you know, a special mount or something like that, then yeah, I might. Most games, I just don't really care for it. Very few games have that special mount that I just care for so much. Okay, I think we're going to end off with this guy right here. Unless I just happen to get a spawn on me, then we'll take care of that. Well, I did not get what I was coming for. I'm gonna leave that guy alone. Check on our death mages one more time. Not totally sad though, because we did get the Windrunner thing going. Nada. Alright, you sir, go on and drop it. You know you want to. Nada. Alright. I think we're gonna go ahead and end the video. Let me get to a safe spot though. Like right over there. I think that'll be good enough. So I guess I'm going to look up information on Tasalan, figure out what we need to kill. Let me actually look at the bestiary again. Yeah, what I need to kill in order to get Tasalan in between then and now. And since we've spent so long killing those occultists and necromancers, if it ends up being those guys, then I will farm that off camera so that we'll have that ready. And I'm not going to promise that will be the next episode, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, we'll take a look at getting Tasalan and Windrunner, and hopefully possibly get that done in one video. It may take two, because we do have quite a lot of stuff that we've got to get for him, and don't really want those to be hour-long videos. I kind of like doing everything in 30-minute videos, but we're doing stuff like this, I kind of have to leave it at 1 hour. Of course, this may actually have been an hour and a half. Anyways, enough of that. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, stay safe. Have a good one.